guys, my name is John, and this is going to be my review of these 6 different training sandbags that you see here. Been using all of these for about a few years now, some of them longer than that, and just like to tell you what I think about them, which ones I like the most, which ones I think are the best made, the highest quality, which ones I think are the highest value, like the most budget friendly. So if you're looking for a sandbag, whether it's for your home gym or maybe to outfit your commercial gym or personal training studio, hopefully I can save you a little bit of time and research, because I've been kind of researching here in my home gym for the last few years, and there's definitely some significant differences between these sandbags, and I've learned that you don't always get what you pay for, and so it pays to be informed, because some of these sandbags are definitely better than others, and hopefully I can help you figure that out. And in my mind, it really comes down to 2 choices, are kind of the top 2 that I've discovered. Not to say that any of these others are garbage or anything. None of these are bad products, just some of them are better than others. So before I tell you what we have here specifically, just a little bit about me. I'm a fitness coach, been a fitness coach for a while, been using sandbags for 13 or 14 years now. Not a sandbag training expert or guru, but I've been using them for a while, and have taught people how to do sandbag training, and I think they're a great tool, really versatile tool. You can use these things for hundreds of different exercises. I tend to use them just for kind of the basic lifting and carrying movements. So deadlifts and squats and cleans and jerks and presses, and maybe the most technical movement I use them for is a snatch. And I know you can do some really crazy stuff with these sandbags that I just don't really get into. I mostly use them for that basic lifting and different carries, bear hugs and shoulder carries and farmer carries and things like that. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I have a very detailed point system that I've used to evaluate these over the last few years. If you want more information about that, and you're just watching this on YouTube, check out the link to my full review on my website below. But otherwise, let's talk about what we have here. So front and center, we've got the Ultimate Sandbag from ultimatesandbagtraining.com. This is my #1 choice, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. #2 choice would be these from repfitness.com. Both the red and the camouflage one are from there. Here in the back, we have one from Slammin' Gear, or Sandbags, and unfortunately they are no longer in business, but it was a great sandbag, so I wanted to include it. This one in the back is from GoRuck, another really big company like the other first couple I mentioned. Good sandbag, good quality product, not my favorite. On it is the sandbag in front, ONNIT, another really big fitness company, and probably my least favorite of all of them here. Sorry, On It, somebody has to come in last, and you just happen to be it. Now, none of these are garbage. I haven't had any problems with any of these. Haven't had any leaking of sand. None of them are showing any significant signs of wear. Like some of them are showing no signs of wear, but there's like a little bit of tiny fraying happening with some of the fabric in a few of them. And I've been using these regularly, like weekly, for the last few years. And I don't abuse my equipment, but I don't baby it either. So these have been dropped many times, especially some of the heavier ones when I'm really tired and don't feel like putting it down gently. And so they've held up really well. I've been really impressed. So let's talk, I want to talk a little bit about each one. So why is On It sandbag in last place? Let's get that over with right away. And again, it's not a bad sandbag, it's not a bad product, but for the price, this is actually probably, it strikes me as having, this is just my opinion, because I don't like being critical, but it strikes me as having some of the cheaper construction, lower quality construction. The thickness of the fabric itself, the handles are kind of just cheap feeling, they're not really solid or secure. I mean, they're not falling off or anything, but they don't provide as solid of a grip, is what I'm getting at. And just overall, it has kind of a cheap feel. I suspect that I'll be having problems with this one before the others. That's just my guess. Sorry, On It. But again, it's been a few years and no problems yet, so not a bad option. This one from GoRuck is constructed with higher quality materials and construction. My only real gripes with it are that it's kind of skinnier, kind of more cylindrical than some of the others, and so it tends to really fold. The sand tends to fall into the 2 ends. much more than the others. And so it's a little bit more unwieldy than the other ones here. And so that can make it difficult to perform certain exercises. Other exercises is just fine, it's not a big deal at all. So there's that issue. And then the strap handles just aren't in the best places. They're not as high quality. Don't offer me as comfortable of a grip as some of the other Sandbags here do. So again, it's a quality product, it's a good product, just not the best one here. These Slammin' bags, the only thing I really wanted to point out is it's unfortunate that this company is out of business because it's a really nice sandbag. And one of the things I like about it the most is that the grips, and this is mostly for the sandbag company's benefit, is that the construction of the handles is such is that they are fabric handles like many of these others, but the fabric wraps around what feels like a rubber grip, like you have here on the Ultimate Sandbag. And it's really comfortable. And you guys who have done sandbag training before know how important a good grip is, especially when you become fatigued or really sweaty, or doing a lot of reps or using a really heavy sandbag, or certain exercises. The grip is probably the most important feature of a good training sandbag. And so I really like this grip from Slammin' Bags. I wish they were still available, but sorry they are not. So with Rep Fitness, again, this is my second choice, and it's mainly because they are a really good quality product for very reasonable prices. The least expensive sandbags I can find, and the quality is there. Like it's not up to par with the Ultimate Sandbag, not even in the same game, if you ask me, but really a solid option. So if you're just looking for a good sandbag for the money, go with Rep Fitness. They have bunch of different sizes available. This one is loadable to between 25 and 75 pounds. You can get sandbags that are for even smaller, like something you can load as light as 5 pounds, and they even have a bigger option than this one in the back. So this one is 50 to 125 pounds. I have about 100 pounds in it, and I believe they have another model that you can load up to 200 pounds. And so you have a good variety of sizes available. It's good quality construction. The handles are decent. They're better than the ones from Onnit and GoRuck, in my opinion, regarding where they are placed and the actual construction and quality and fit and feel of how they feel when I'm performing with them. The fabric's nice and thick. The zippers are rock solid. Haven't had any issues with leaking with these either. And so again, the price is right. If you're just looking for a good sandbag for the money, Rep Fitness is the way to go. But if you're willing to spend a little bit more, and I say a little bit more because these Ultimate Sandbags are not actually the most expensive sandbags out there. They're really competitively priced. And for that reason, I really highly recommend that you save a little bit of money and invest in a higher quality tool, because I think it'll pay off over the long term. So why do I like the Ultimate Sandbag the most? Few reasons. Overall, it's just a higher quality construction. The materials are just beefier. Everything about it, like the outer shell is just stronger. It's made of a PVC type material, which is stronger than the fabric Cordura that all the other ones are made out of. So it's stronger, it's going to last longer. The stitching, it seems like it's even more reinforced than the others. The zippers are like bigger, beefier. The Velcro is thicker. Just everything about it is just like made overkill. And so I suspect this sandbag will last a very, very long time, just because of how it's constructed. But that other major feature for this one, and this is especially relevant for you gym owners, is that the PVC outer shell is waterproof. And so it's very easy to keep it clean, very easy to wipe down afterwards if it's sweaty. And so that's definitely a plus from a sanitation standpoint. You're not going to have stinky, smelly, mildewy sandbags if you use the Ultimate Sandbag. Another major selling point is that you can get interior shells for this. So if you guys don't know how a sandbag works, there's the outer shell, which you see, and then inside of this, if I open the Velcro and unzipped it, you'd find some smaller bags, which is where you actually put the sand in. And with Ultimate Sandbags, you can get shells that you can load with water. And so if you want a really unstable sandbag, you want to increase the stability challenge, you have that option with Ultimate Sandbags as well. But really, probably the only other major point, advantage that this has over the others is the handles. There's really high quality handles. Looks like tubular nylon would be my guess. I'm not an expert in handles, but it looks like tubular nylon, which then is threaded through these rubber handles, grips that are ribbed. And so it just provides a really solid grip, which again becomes really important when you're using these things, right? And so you have a set. Most of these have the same handle placements. Not all of them though. So you have a parallel sit for a neutral grip. You have this single kind of suitcase handle. I'm not sure what they call it, but looks like a suitcase handle. On the other side, you have kind of your straight bar handle. And then on the outsides, you have these flaps, which you can fold in and use for certain other exercises that you cannot perform with these other ones that just have the regular strap. So it makes the Ultimate Sandbag a little bit more versatile. You can perform more exercises with this one than you can with the others. And again, the grips are they're really beefy. You can get a really good grip with them. You're not going to have any issues with it slipping if your palms get sweaty. And so I'm really, really impressed. I actually used one of the first Ultimate Sandbag designs back in, I'm going to say 2005 or 2006, where I met the creator of these, Josh Henkin. And back then it was a good sandbag design, and he was kind of pioneering sandbag training as a method back then. And this is just like a new and improved version. I don't know how many iterations he's gone through over the years, but this is the best sandbag I've ever used. I'm really impressed with it, and I think if you're looking for a sandbag, you should get one of these too. But if the money's an issue, then Rep Fitness is another good solid second option, so I like to provide that for you guys who are on a tight budget. I've been there, I know what that's like. But for what it's worth, I think it's always worth it to spend a little bit more on quality, on something that is going to last, that you can use more comfortably. And so that's some of the more reasons why I recommend the Ultimate Sandbag. So anyway, I've talked way too long about things that are bags full of sand, basically. Hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions about sandbags, please let me know. I'll be happy to help. And if you're looking for more information on these sandbags, you can check out the links below the video so I can make it easy for you to find them. All right, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next time.